Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Nicole. I love anything beauty related. So if you're new and you're not subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below. And if you're not on my notifications, please hit that bell. That way you don't miss any new videos like giveaways or anything like that. So today I did this really simple flirty look. You could definitely wear this for Valentine's Day that's coming up. I would wear this on a date night. It just makes you look really flirty, but not too over the top, I feel. And want to learn how to get this look, then just keep watching. So I'm actually going to go in and do my brows and my eyes first, and then we'll do the rest of our face later on. So let's go in. I'm going to be using the Benefit Precisely Me brow pencil. So I really like to brush my brow hairs up first, just so I can see the shape of my eyebrow underneath. So for concealer, I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I just started using this again the other day and I just can't put it down. So I like to prep my lids with this concealer first. And I also carve out my brows while I put it on my eyelids. Okay, so the palette I'm going to use today is this one. It's the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. So the first shade we're going to use is Silk Cream. So we're going to use this shade right here, which is Hunt, and we're going to apply that with an M441 brush. And as you can see, I like to bring it from the outer corner all the way to the tip of my brow. That's just going to give us a larger canvas to work with when we go in and do the cut crease. So now go in with the shade Mocha, and we're going to apply that with an M441 brush, and we're going to start applying it kind of right below that shade we just applied, which is Hunt's. Now let's go in with a clean M433 brush and start blending those two shades together. just going to pick up a little bit of that Hunt's color and just blend right here. I just want to make sure that we don't lose intensity of that color after blending it with the shade Mocha. I'm just going to apply a little bit of concealer on the back of my hand. So then setting that concealer with the shade Firework on the kind of center, and then on the inner corner I went in with a little bit of the shade Obsessed. So to get rid of this line like right here, I just dip into that Firework shade and I start off over here and I just kind of blend it with the inner corner shade. So now I'm just going to go in with a makeup wipe and remove any fallout from applying the shadow. So now let's go in and prime our face. So I'm going to be going in with the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. Now if you don't want to splurge on this one, you can definitely try the e.l.f. Poreless Primer. The Putty Primer, it's pretty similar like this one doesn't, but I do find the e.l.f. kind of leaves a little bit of a rough texture. And a little bit of this goes a long way, so just remember that. And for foundation, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills. I know I've been using the shit out of this foundation, but I literally can't get enough of this foundation. It is the best. So, I'm in the shade 230N. So just going to apply that to my mixing plate, and I like to apply it with a beauty blender, or if you're a brush person, I do find that it goes, I definitely do find that the Morphe M439 brush works great to apply this foundation. I know beauty blender gets a bad rap because of its price, but I don't think that I've had a sponge that applies foundation like this one. Like other ones, they're just too firm. This one, I just find that it's very spongy and it really applies the foundation flawlessly. And for concealer, I'm going to go in with the Tarte Shape Tape. I used to use this all the time. This was my favorite concealer, and then I started venturing out and finding different ones, but I forgot how amazing this concealer was. I just used it the other day, I think in my last video, and this concealer just does the trick. when you need the job done, Shape Tape Concealer is the one. And my favorite way to apply my bronzer lately is to go in with this Hoola Quickie Stick by Benefit. And just, I don't know if it's just the color of this. Oh, there's a hair in it. Don't worry, that's my hair. No Jaclyn Hill scandal. I don't know if it's just the consistency of this or the color, but I just find that it gives me the perfect bronze. So I'm going to apply that with a Real Techniques contour brush. So what I do is I just kind of swirl it on the tip of it. And then I apply it where I would apply my concealer, my contour. And when applying it near your hairline, make sure you're really pushing it into your hairline because you don't want like a white line right here. I see that a lot and I just don't think people realize that you can see it. So just make sure you're blending that into your hairline. So the only place I apply it like with the stick is on my nose and under my lip. So I like to apply some there just so it gives me a little bit more of a voluminous lip. You can apply it right here on your lips if you want more of a upwards, like a lift of the upper lip. I hope that makes sense. And then I just put a tiny bit right here. And now go in with a damp beauty blender and blend out your concealer. Now the reason I like to do this all together is your concealer and the bronzer really just mesh together and there's no harsh lines and it just looks like a more of a natural bronze. And for my favorite powder, I'm going to go in with the Airspun Translucent Setting Powder. One reason I really like this is it's really inexpensive, but it does the job. It's not, you know, it's not like a cheap powder that's kind of cakey. This works so well. Thought I was gonna sneeze. So, like always, I like to tap under the eye one more time. Just make sure there's no creasing before I set the under eye. Now, with that powder still on our face, I'm going to go in with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. Now, I know when I set my under eye there's an extra powder, but that's okay because when you go to apply your bronzer, it's going to make all this really sit together nicely and then you can dust away any extra powder afterwards. So let's apply that with the Morphe E4 brush. See through right here how the powder really made the bronzer and concealer just kind of mesh together and there's a nice transition. So let's go in and I'm just going to apply a little bit of bronzer here and a little bit on the sides of my nose. So now to get rid of the rest of that powder, I'm just going to go in with my large duo fiber brush and blend that powder away. And then blend your bronzer, just make sure there's no extra powder there. And then for blush, let's go in with this Profusion Cosmetics Blush 2 palette. And I'm thinking of using this bright pink right here. It's just really calling my name today. So I'm just going to put a little bit on my brush because these blushes are super pigmented. So you just need a little bit. Oh, that's a really pretty color. And then, like always, I like to make sure everything's blended together with a large duo fiber brush. And the lashes today are the Ardell 113 lashes. I really like these lashes. Okay, so these lashes I really like because one, like towards the lash line, they are pretty, no, I won't say pretty thick because they're still like a wispy lash. But as they are out towards the tip of the lashes, they're pretty wispy. And I just find that it makes your eyes really open and flirty looking. If that makes any sense. I need some new lash glue. And let's go in with the Milk Makeup Kush Mascara. And this is just going to blend our natural lashes with our falsies. You never want to forget this step just because sometimes when you apply your false lashes, your natural lashes can be sticking out underneath, but when you apply the mascara, it kind of like sticks your natural ones with the falsies. For lipstick, I'm going to be using this Milani. This is the shade Pretty in their lip creams. Okay guys, so I want to give you guys two options. You could totally leave it like this. This would be a matte look. Okay guys, so I'm going to give you two options. So if you wanted to leave the look like this would be considered a matte look, which actually I really don't mind. I'm usually not a matte person, but this looks really nice. I think it's everything tied together, just works with my skin today. But if you want to be a little bit extra and go in with the highlight, I would use the Becca Champagne Pop highlight today. And let's go in and I'll give you that option. And then don't forget the inner corners of your eye. Hey guys, so that completes this look. I really like how my skin looks with this video. Let me know if you want an in-depth video of how I do my contour and my concealer. Also, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And until next time, thanks for all your love and support. Bye.